This crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place? The taco place? Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with the room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cars are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's. Start collecting them today. Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN Live is presented by our title sponsor, RoadPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our major sponsors, Jackson's, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, Lithia Ford of Boise, and the Blue and Orange store. For more coverage of Boise State athletics, check out the all-new BroncoNationNews.com, now part of the 247 Sports family. Now, here's five-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Yes, happy Wednesday, Bronco Nation. You know what that means. It's Wednesdays with Winston here at Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com. We've got NFLPA certified agent Winston Venable joining us for his weekly appearance today. Winston, of course, former Bronco player, coach, now with VSG Pro and doing a lot of great things. Winston, welcome to the show, man. And yes, congratulations on passing all the tests and paperwork, and you're now an NFL agent, man. Congratulations.
Hey, BJ, I appreciate the love there, man. Much appreciated. It was a long journey for me getting through that. Heck of a process, heck of a test, one of the more challenging tests I've ever taken. So super pumped about it. And ultimately, it just continues to give me an avenue to impact players at all levels, man. So I'm super fired up to be able to help out, anywhere from high school, college, and now professional athletes, and help them develop off the field. So that's what I'm all about, man. So super fired up.
And I know you're VSG Pro. You got the logo on the screen now. I know you're really passionate about that, and I know we've talked about it a little bit. But just what is your big vision with that, and your hopes for that? And now that you are an NFL PA agent, how does that all play together?
Yeah, man, it's all about elevating these guys off the field, helping them develop in life, putting a great team of support around them. And that really ultimately starts, we've talked about it before. It starts even at the high school level now with NIL and things like that, leads into college. And it's just a whole new era of pro ball. And these athletes need to have a professional mindset at even a younger age now. So for me, I've always been that coach off the field, probably more passionate about coaching guys and helping guys develop off the field, making sure they got a great team of support around them. And in these days, that looks like financial advisors, CPAs, lawyers, and really just alleviates all that business that they going on so they can focus on school and football or just football if they're pros. So all about being a resource and an aid in success for these guys off the field.
Well, again, congratulations, Winston Venable, now former Bronco player, former Bronco coach, and NFL PA agent. Pretty cool there, Winston. So looking forward to hearing about that first client. And I know you've already started the recruiting process on my sons. You're out at their flag football game. You're already trying to recruit them. So I know you're going to do a great job with that, man, and adding that into what you're doing with VSG Pro and everything. So happy to continue to tell folks more about that as we move forward here. But it's Air Force Week, Winston. Always a unique week here for Boise State. Now, I don't think you played against them as a player, right? But I know you coached against them, I believe. Tell us about Air Force. And I got some interesting stats here in a minute that concern me, and I think should concern Bronco Nation a little bit about the lack of experience on this defense playing against Air Force. But first, just big picture, going down to the academy, final scheduled matchup against Air Force on Saturday with the Broncos going to the Pac-12. Who knows when they'll play Air Force again? I can't imagine that's a game that Boise State, will be quickly trying to schedule just because of how so hard it is against Air Force. So I would imagine they don't play for a while here unless it's in a bowl game or something moving forward. But just your thoughts on the last meeting, going down to the academy and playing Air Force on Saturday.
Yeah, it's always a challenge playing the academies, all the military schools, especially, most of them are running the, triple option or some type of heavy run game. So, it's always a tough one. And I remember when I joined the coaching staff a while back, I want to say that it was a big deal playing Air Force because they had our number, just straight up. They were taking care of business. We were having a hard time competing with those guys, and they were coming out in the win column. So, always a challenge. It's a challenge for players. It's a challenge for coaches. Doesn't mean that coaching staff has also gone up against that style of offense before. So defensively, there's going to be the challenges there. And I'm not saying that about this staff, but it just is always something unique about playing a triple option type of team. So it's different. It's something that you prepare for even in the summer. If you can get a week in the summer to start implementing a little bit of how you're going to defend the triple option. It's something that goes on and is a high emphasis. So there's a couple different things, looking at this game. First and foremost, man, I think it's going to be a defensive game, BJ. I mean, I put this all on the Broncos defense. Obviously, there's offense and special teams, but I'm looking at both of these defenses this week. If Air Force can stop Boise State's offense, they got a good shot. And the only way that Boise State wins this game is they go out there and shut down that offense.
Boise State only has one player on their defense, Winston, that has played in a game against Air Force more than one time, 2 times. Any quick guess who that would be?
I don't know. Marco? No.
I'm putting you on the spot here. Marco actually hasn't played them at all because he was hurt. Now, remember, they did not play Air Force last season, so this kind of new 3-year scheduling agreement they did, pretty rare. They did not play Air Force last season, so you have to go back 2 years ago. And Boise State only has one player that also played in the 2022 game 3 years ago. That's Zion Washington, and he only played one snap in that game, and he only played 2 snaps in the game 2 years ago. So Zion Washington only has 3 career snaps against Air Force. You've got Max Steege with 1 career snap against Air Force, and then you go to the three guys that have most of the action here, and it's led by Braxton Feely. He had 43 snaps in the 2023 game. Amarian McCoy had 34 snaps in the game 2 years ago. And then, Jaden Virgin Morgan, I forgot him. He has the most, 57 snaps in the game 2 years ago. But you're talking three guys, Jaden Virgin Morgan, Braxton Feely, two guys up front, and then one guy on the edge, Amarian McCoy. Those are the only three guys that, basically had more than just one snap against Air Force's defense. And the fact they didn't even play him last year. We're going to hear a clip in a second from Eric Chenander talking about this. But what do you make, Winston, as a former linebacker? I mean, if you're preparing to play this triple option and how different it is, and you've never played it before, which is what 95% of this defense is facing this week, what kind of challenge is that?
Yeah, it's a big challenge. And obviously, when you have experience going up against an offense and you can get familiar with it and you have reps in life, no matter what you're doing, can always help you out. So when you're talking about playing defense, it always helps when you've seen it before, right? And if they haven't seen it before, obviously that'll pose its challenges. But at the same time, BJ, this is one of those games where it's like, you keep things super simple. You do your job, you have great discipline, and you tackle well. If there's more to talk about, we're talking about too much, right? So at the same time, even though these guys don't have that experience, keep it real freaking simple, man. Have great eyes, do your job, and tackle. And it really comes down to that. And they'll get used to the plays that they're going to play because they don't have a major arsenal in the playbook there, but they do have some creativity and some things off of it. But I just can't stress it enough, man. It's good that they don't have experience because you keep things basic and you work on those fundamentals and you move forward, and you can't get caught up in
unique
too much
perspective there. You're saying maybe it's good that they don't have a lot of experience against Air Force. Let's hear what Eric Chenander, Boise State defensive coordinator, says about that.
Only three players on our defense have played Air Force before. I think Amarian, JV, and Braxton. Marco hasn't even played him. He was hurt during that spell. So it's you kind of take for granted you play him every single year, and the guys are like, oh yeah, here's what I look at. It's different than regular football. My eyes got to go here, and it's like it was starting over from scratch. So the bye was huge for us. And then even up front, like we're going back to do cut block drills, right? And some of these guys, especially the newer guys, like they look terrible on the first day. I'm like, whoa, man, there's going to be like body parts laying on the floor if we can't get this corrected. So all the techniques, all the eye control, you take for granted when you play them every single year. You had to go back to square one.
Nervous or uneasy, or just when you I'm sure you'd love to have a veteran group that's all played them 4 times or whatever. I mean, when there is so much inexperience against such a unique offense, just the unknown there, I guess, does that make you a little nervous? Or
I think that the beginning of every week I'm nervous, right? Because it's a new team, but it's exciting because like triple options, like where you find out what kind of defense you got, right? Or can we be disciplined? Can we have our eyes right way? This is all about physicality and mentality. And then, like Jay mentioned, can we run to the ball? Because a lot of times in this deal, they're going to have some plays that are, designed specifically for each defense that get you outnumbered, and somebody's going to have to run and somebody's going to have to make a big play. So excited to see what the guys will do.
Now, Winston, that triple option Air Force, you kind of touched on earlier about doing your job, but I know eye control is a big deal. We saw him out at practice yesterday doing some drills with no football, just trying to say, okay, you've got this guy, you've got this guy, you've got this guy. I mean, what is the biggest challenge when you're going against that triple option Air Force offense?
Yeah, I think you hit it, man. When you talk about eye control, I think you'll watch, years and years of Air Force or whoever runs that. It's sometimes where you don't even know where the football is. And it's like, that's why they don't have it, because it doesn't matter where it is. These guys do a great job carrying out fakes. They do a great job hiding the ball. So I'm telling you, man, it comes back to it. It's like hit everybody, tackle everybody. If your job's the dive guy and he's even remotely pretending that he has the ball, take him down, because the second that you assume that he doesn't, or your eyes are caught up trying to track the ball and you get away from being the dive man, it's out the door, man. And then there's going to be a big gain. So discipline with the eyes, discipline to kind of stay in there on the tough grind in a run game and really just go through a battle. And I totally get it, man. There's some techniques and all those things. But, one thing that Coach Chin said there, I mean, this is like what I was kind of emphasizing. This is run, hit, play physical, don't think too much. Like, this is a simple game, and it can be complex. We can talk about how complex it is, but this is really one of those who's gonna really out physical the opponent and get in the trenches and have great pushback. I mean, if the D-line does their job and absolutely crushes in the trenches, well, good luck running the ball, right? And cornerbacks got to tackle, right? So this is going to be an awesome game to really see Boise State's defense step up, show some of the things that maybe haven't been, to the standard this year. And those guys are going to be challenged. But once again, I mean, what an awesome challenge that these guys have. And I think it's going to be a really good game, actually, come Saturday.
Yeah, the spread started at 4 and is now already up to 10. It was quickly moved up to 10, so fans are bettors, I guess, are thinking Boise State is pretty good chance to win this game, favored by 10 points on the road. Air Force coming off a loss at Utah State the other night. In that game, though, Winston, and I know the second half especially, the score was getting a little out of hand, so they had to throw the ball more, but they threw the ball 23 times in that game. And you go back to their first game when they won, they threw the ball 9 times against Bucknell.
Yeah.
So they've thrown the ball 32 times in 2 games, and that's not typically what you see from Air Force. They threw the ball 5 times in the first half against Utah State when the game was still, in doubt. And I thought their quarterback made a couple of really nice throws. There was one on 4th and 9 where he had an out route. Receivers made a couple of really nice catches. And in the past, that's given Boise State's defense some problems. And you look at some of the games they lost to Air Force, 2021 on the blue, and some of those, that streak where they lost 3 years in a row. I think it was 16, 17, 18, or 15, 16, whatever it was, or 9. There was a stretch there where they lost a couple years in a row to Air Force, including on the blue. And then you guys had that horrible, I think it was 14, 15, 16, because 14, there was a game at Air Force where they had the 7 turnovers or whatever it was and played terrible. But you look at the games where Boise State has struggled against Air Force, they've traditionally gotten beat over the top on the pass. What is that like for a defensive player and a corner who's, run, kind of getting bored out there, and then they just beat you over the top? And it looks like this Air Force team is willing to throw the ball a little more too.
Yeah, you always got to be prepared for that, and they seem to always do it at the right times, right? And when they do pull the trigger and pass, they connect, right? And I watched a little bit of those 2 games as well, and they're taking some shots down the field, and like you said, they're a little bit, I don't want to say consistent, but they have a little bit more throwing game that they've shown in the past. So you got to be prepared for both, and that's kind of that creativity, right? They're going to line up in similar formations that they do in the run game, and it's going to immediately, go to a pass. And that's what poses as challenges. It's not like they spread it out totally and you're like an obvious pass situation there. So, the corners and secondary, those guys are going to be wanting to fly up in the run game. They're going to need to do their job, but they also have to be super disciplined as they are with their eyes. They have to make sure that.
And I know, looks like we may have lost Winston there for a second. His, unless it's just me, looks like his camera froze up there. We'll get back to Winston here momentarily. I wanted to ask him about the offensive perspective of this too. And if that's me, let me know. Winston, you back there?
Yep, I'm here, man. I think it is you, BJ.
No, I think it was
You're
you.
a little choppy on my end this morning, but
we'll figure out. We'll see in the comments who it was. I'm guessing maybe it was you. I don't know, but if it was me, I apologize. With that said, Winston, there's a lot of pressure on the offense in this game for Boise State too, because you get less possessions in these games. It's hard to get in a rhythm because if you go through, if they have a 15-minute drive and then you go 3 and out and then they have a 15-minute drive or whatever, it's just hard to get in a rhythm because you don't have the ball a ton offensively. It's hard to get going and you get less possessions. So I think that this is certainly one of those games where you got to maximize your possessions because you get less chances. And when you do, you got to maximize, but it's tough when you're not getting the balls often as typical, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be super efficient out there. And I mean, I know Boise, right? We're just going into the 3rd game. So still, creating that identity, still figuring out what works. But I think it's well known that Boise wants to run the ball and they're a running football team. So this game might go quick, man. There might not be too many passes out there if Boise can do their job and methodically go down that field in the run game like we saw last week a little bit, and pass and be efficient when possible there. But I would imagine that this is just a game that they're looking to really, start to take it off to the right step in their offense. But as much as I think that that's like the known, being efficient and effective on offense, moving the chains, and really maximizing those possessions, I just can't get my mind anywhere away from like this game is on the defense, and really going to test them, and we're going to see what kind of defense Boise State has, and I think that really is going to be their biggest test of the year so far, especially from a tackling standpoint. Like Coach Chin said, Danielson's been talking about mentality and effort, and it's like, what better game are you going to be tested to see how that's been improving or not than this weekend?
No doubt, and who can forget Weston Steelhammer, one of the great names in all of college football. Just had a couple massive games. He was a great college player back. I want to say back in the day, but it was just a couple years ago. But Winston, what about the kicking game? Because that scares me a little bit. The kicking game obviously has, not been something that's gone great for Boise State. It was pretty shaky in fall camp. They had to make a switch, in that second game of the season, going to the true freshman. And then, we were out of practice yesterday. I'll let Mike Prater, they're trying to battle, see who's going to be the kicker this week. I don't know what we're supposed to say and not say, but Mike Prater had a tweet and he said the kicking drills have been a disaster this morning. Be concerned. And I was out there and yeah, we it's I'm sure they'd like to make every kick and have it be obvious and have it be a tough battle because they're all making kicks, who you're going to pick. But you talk about going on the road in conference play, whether it's this game or whether it's one of these other games, at some point here, a kick's going to be an impactful part of this game. What do you make on the lack of confidence right now, I guess, that folks have in the kicking game that looks like the kickers may have in themselves? Just been a rough one there. So what do you make of the kicking games? Not something we've used to seeing here at Boise State. You've had the Jonah Dalmases and all these great kickers going back several years. To be in a situation where you don't feel great about the kicking game going into conference play, not ideal. And how do you think that impacts, third and fourth down calls and things? They might have to be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy. You even look at the NFL. There's more and more kickers and punters getting drafted than there ever has. There's some kickers getting paid some big time money because it's just that important of a job, right? And anytime you're week 3 in a season and you're going through kicker battles, I mean, it's an unsettling feeling. So it's super unfortunate that that's where Boise State's at right now. Hopefully that's something that they can iron out sooner than later, because you hit it. I mean, there's going to be a game, whether it's this week, whether it's conference championship. I mean, I know that could be way down the line, but there will be some major moments where kickers are going to be called on, and you want to have trust in the kicker, and you want to have guys that are confident in themselves. So being, mid-season or early season here, first quarter of the season, and going through kicking battles and competitions and drills, and having media members commenting on that, and having your head coach, addressing those type of issues or situations in press conferences, never a good sign, man. So obviously a little worried about that, but hopefully, those players are just building confidence. Hopefully that hasn't dipped themselves, and they're just kind of ironing it out, because you can't have 1 ounce of doubt or confidence being a football player or an athlete in general. And then you're talking about the mental toughness and resilience of a kicker. That's probably one of the biggest jobs, on the field is being mentally tough. So I'm sure those guys are kind of going through it, but hopefully they just have a calm mind and a lot of confidence. Hopefully the coaching staff's doing a great job building that. Players, teammates are helping build that, because I think it is what it is. It's not a great situation at Boise right now. And hopefully somebody irons it out and they become a guy that can do the Brotzman and the Jonah Dalmas and the Tyler Rasa and be real consistent out there.
They got all those signs and things down there at Air Force, right when you get next to the locker room, the warning you could die due to a lack of oxygen and all that.
Yeah.
Are there a couple of gullible players that fall for that when they're walking by, or what I certainly feel it trying to walk up from the stairs from the field to the press box. I mean, it is a real thing. I know Leon Rice on the basketball side used to do this thing where he'd put one of those air blowers or whatever that you dry a floor with or whatever, or a carpet or something. He would write oxygen machine on the side of it and turn it on at practice and try to trick guys into thinking they were practicing at high altitude or whatever. But everybody talks about Wyoming, 7,200 feet, but really Air Force is only a couple hundred feet below them. Air Force is this number 2 in the country as well, and it's very high as well. And so they got that big warning sign, as I said. What any thought on just the elevation and how they try to trick you and trying to play through all that and what comes with that on Saturday?
Man, if you let that stuff get in the head, man, you need to just stay on the bus, man, or stay back in Boise. I'll be honest with you, man. That's sure poses, I don't even want to say some challenges, but you got to be mentally strong. You got to believe in the nutrition staff. You got to believe in the strength staff. You got to believe in yourself that you are mentally and physically prepared to go play in any environment, man, whether that's going out to Florida, whether that's playing in the summer heat of Arizona. I don't really care, man. I mean, the makeup of these football players needs to be unwavered to things like that. So, hey, man, you're probably right, though. There's probably a couple guys that go, oh, man, we got this elevation, and, they kind of trip off that a little bit. But, hey, BJ, you're still getting up those stairs doing your job, right? Come media day, and the same thing with the players. So I just remember, not even really as a player, I don't think that my team or the guys I was around, that stuff, didn't phase us one bit. But I just remember like Coach Pitt doing a really good job of having, whether it was beet juice or cherry juice, or we kind of like trusted in the strength staff and the nutrition stuff going on. And then it was just play, man. So I'm sure it's the same. I'm sure those guys are not too fazed by that. But yeah, they try to do any tricks they can on you out there.
Yeah, I know. I think the basketball team takes a little pregame shot of the beet juice. It's more of a mental thing, but it is what it is.
It's great for you, man. Get the blood flow, circulating, man. Oxygen, yeah, all got good stuff. So you got to do those things, right? You got to do those things. You believe in those things, and then you just play ball. I mean, sometimes, I remember just my playing experience, and even a game in Canada, I just remember so well, like just like didn't have my legs, and it had nothing to do with weather. But sometimes you're just a little off, and you're not feeling your best, and maybe going through whatever situation that you have. So throw the weather elements in there. It's just another factor, but not that big of a factor. I hope not.
Well, we know Boise State has dominated this conference for a long time. They've won two conference titles in a row, and I know they'd love to win that three-peat on their way out the door here, Winston Venable. And a lot of their success has been because they've gotten off to good starts in conference play. They're 12-2 in Mountain West openers. They're 11-3 in conference road openers. So they've gone on the road and won that first road opener and got off to a good start. And overall, they're 90-17 in the Mountain West. That's an 84% winning percentage. And what I thought was crazy was even in the 17 losses, Winston, only 5 of the 17 have come by more than 7 points. So you talk about 107 games in the Mountain West, and only 5 times out of 117 have they lost by more than 7 points. They've also won. They're 27-3 in their last 30 Mountain West games. I mean, they have dominated this conference in recent years, and this would be the perfect year to continue that and three-peat it on the way out the door.
Man, absolutely. And I think that's all those statistics you just said. It's been a lineage of that where we dominate the conference, playing conference championship games, put rings on our fingers, and Boise has upheld that. And now we're off to the Mountain West play. I don't see any different. We've got, great coaching staff, great players. We got that history of winning, great culture. And I'm super excited to see the Mountain West. And, it just goes back to, for me, how important some of those non-conference games are, some of those big time bowl games, because everybody knows that there's a standard here at Boise, and winning the conference championship should be what we do. And it's really about, some of those other wins that are big time and can really elevate the program to the next level. So some of those are behind us now as far as, early in the season, first games, all those type of things. But hey, man, we still got conference play, and that's what's most important, right? To go win your conference and do what the boys do around here.
Well, when the Broncos return home against App State here in 2 weeks, they did just announce that the App State game and the New Mexico game have already sold out, Winston. So the next 2 home games, I believe one of those is family weekend, and then one of those might be homecoming. I'm not sure. But the next 2 home games, App State, New Mexico, announced this morning, both as sellouts. So the Broncos, they have one of the longest streaks in the country. I think it's top 5 in the country, or top 10 maybe, in terms of consecutive sellouts. Or at least consecutive home wins. I know they're in the top 5. Then they're on another list. Maybe they're a little further down in terms of consecutive sellouts as well. I think they have 9 straight sellouts, Winston. So this will be 10 and 11 now. But I know the capacity is a little lower this year with the North End Zone project, taking away those seats. But regardless, already knowing the next 2 home games are sold out, not having to make any kind of push or discounting tickets that week. I mean, that's big time here moving forward.
What is capacity at right now, BJ, with that North End Zone being out?
Just under 33,000. They lost about 3,000 seats, I believe.
That's big time. That's big time ball, man. I don't care where you're at, because Bronco Nation, you can have 30,000, and that sounds like one thing. You go to a different stadium at 60, 70, 80,000, and it's not even as loud. So Bronco Nation at 33,000, that's still big time. And I know those guys are loud, proud, and best in the country, man.
All right, I want to talk about your boy George Holani getting his first NFL touchdown in a weird way. I want to talk about Ashton Genty. A lot of people talking about his performance as well, Winston. But first, we want to thank a couple of our great sponsors at Bronco Nation News. Ropaint.com, our title sponsor. Andy Rowe is going to start joining us on Mondays. Ropaint.com, R-O-E Paint.com. Andy Rowe and Company, best in the business. So whether it's those concrete coatings, interior, exterior painting, make sure you hit up Ropaint.com. Hey, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. They're a part of Bronco Nation News, and they're a part of Boise State now as well. So happy to see their logos and things back inside the stadium, outside the stadium. They've got some NIL deals going on. So make the switch today. You'll be happy you did. You're supporting, a company that now is, supporting Boise State athletics. That's Idaho Central Credit Union, online at ICCU.com. Hey, Taco Bell, TacoBellWorks.com, the SON Management Group, the Nicolason family. It was a Taco Bell night in the Rains hold last night with flag football and things going on. My kids are loving Taco Bell and all the great things they have going on right now. So make sure you hit up Taco Bell. TacoBellWorks.com is their website, the Nicolason family and SON Management Group, as I said. And maybe it's those $3 Chipotle Ranch grilled steak burritos, the chicken and steak street chalupas. Not sure, Winston, if you've had a chance to try the new crispy chicken strips at Taco Bell, but those are outstanding as well. So hit up Taco Bell, local Treasure Valley Taco Bell location. Get more information at TacoBellWorks.com. And maybe Saturday will be the day we can get the Breezy Bundle or the Latrell Scores Jackson Pours deals. If Latrell Caples gets a touchdown on Saturday, you get a 49-cent any size fountain drink at Jackson's, and that is coming up on Monday. So hopefully today's the day Latrell Caples, or Saturday, I guess, is the day that Latrell gets going, and you can get that deal. And if Breezy's able to get healthy and play, you get the hot dog and the soda for $1 as well. But don't forget, you can get 99-cent coffee anytime, day or night, using your Let's Go Rewards app. And you can pick up those trading cards at Jackson's as well. And we had a great show last night, the Riley and Ridge show. Mason Randolph, Roger Carrion were on there, and a gentleman in the crowd got a free pack of cards that we passed out, and then drew one of Mason Randolph and got it signed by Mason while he was there. So fun times last night at the James Kitchen and Bar. And if you missed that show, go back and watch it. Riley and Ridge show presented by Jackson's. Hey, the Blue and Orange Store, theblueandorangestore.com. They got those new Front Porch of Idaho shirts, the 208 shirts, so you can check them out. They're at the Boise State Hall of Fame, the Allen Noble Hall of Fame, that location they have there during normal hours. You can also go online, theblueandorangestore.com, order anywhere in the world. And they have the location there at the Boise Town Square Mall as well. So you want the official coaches' sideline apparel, the official gear the players and coaches are wearing, best selection at the best prices. It's the Blue and Orange Store online at theblueandorangestore.com. And speaking of Latrell Caples, he's got a deal with Lithia Ford of Boise as well. So Jim Sturk, Jamie Drake and company stepping up in the NIL game, and they're taking care of a lot of vehicles for athletes at Boise State, coaches, administrators, and we appreciate Jim Sturk. We love driving that 2025 Expedition around last week, and it was a tremendous tremendous vehicles. So they got their fall kickoff sale going on right now. Maybe it's the 2025 Ford Super Duty F350 SRW Platinum. Maybe it's the F150 Platinum, the 2025, all the different options they have. So many great vehicles right now that are there, and some great used vehicles as well at great prices. So check out Lithia Ford of Boise online at lithiafordboise.com, and we appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News. All right, Winston, we're back, and unique situation for George Holani. We talked about him last week or the week before, making the active roster, getting a little bit of time at running back, but obviously a special teams guy, and took advantage of a unique situation there in the game against the Steelers on Sunday where the returner didn't know the rule and let the ball go past him, and George Holani knew the rule and ran after and scooped it up before it went out of bounds, and you'll take it any way you can get it. But the first career touchdown for George Holani, who I know well and coached, and had to be cool to see that.
Yeah, I mean, how about that? I would I don't know what the wager would be, but if you were to ask George, are you going to get your first touchdown on offense or special teams? His answer may even be special teams, but it would probably be on kickoff return, not kickoff, right? So super unique. I'd be curious to see how many touchdowns. I think when they implement that, was it last year they implemented the new kickoff?
The new landing zone and all that, yeah.
Yeah, has there been a kickoff touchdown in the NFL before?
No, I think it's happened before, but it's been a long time since the kicking team has scored a touchdown on a kickoff.
Yeah, so super rare, super unique. And there's some intricacies to the whole landing zone, but regardless, super cool by George. And the big thing about it, right, is like, when you're on kickoff, even when I was playing with the Bears, our special teams coach would have these production points, right? So you could get production points on special teams, and guys had a lot of pride in that. And one way you could get, 2 or 3 points was being the first man into the end zone on kickoff. So, guys are screaming down the field, but you go back and watch that clip. I mean, George is 5 yards ahead of everybody else, man. So, I mean, you're talking about high effort, speed. And when you play this game with high effort and speed, no matter what position you're in, good things are going to happen to you. So, George, awesome job with his effort and speed, getting down there on kickoff. Lack of awareness on the return side. I think it's, regardless whether that ball hits in the end zone or not, you have to down or return it regardless. Now, there is a difference on where that touchback goes, whether it's the 20-yard line or the 40-yard line. So there's a couple things to be aware there. But, I mean, that's a live ball, whether it hit him or it did not. So goodbye, George, super heads up. And it all stems from, elite effort.
And that's got to be, George does not have a carry in the first 2 games of the season. So if you're a guy trying to hang on to that 53 and show your worth to a team, hustling down on a play like special teams like that is a way to do that.
Yeah, man, points on the board, making plays on teams, that keep you around for a few weeks for sure, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, Ashton Jeanty, I know you helped recruit him, bring him to Boise. Didn't actually coach him on the field, but you were a big part of bringing him in and recruiting him, and we, him and his family, and we've talked a lot about that relationship. But what do you make of Ashton Jeanty through 2 games? He has the touchdown in the first game. In the game the other night, got 11 carries, 13 touches. A lot of myself included, but a lot of folks on social media and just a lot of talk about, are they mismanaging him? Why is he only getting 11 carries? The offensive line not doing him any favors. You have the 1% of people out there trying to already call him a bust. But he's already broken 10 tackles, which I think is top 10 in the NFL. And he ranks dead last, 54th in the NFL in yards before he gets hit. He's actually averaging, Winston, on average, he's getting hit before he even gets to the line of scrimmage. He's negative 0.1 yards before he gets hit, and yet he still has 10 broken tackles, which ranks top of the league. I mean, he's doing what he can with not much help right now, and you saw some of those runs with the spin move and barreling guys over. I mean, he's making what he can at it with not much there, and so I don't think they're using him right. I think they need to leave him out there. He had a couple nice runs, and then they took him right to the bench. I know his pass pro was getting some talk, about not being great in that game on a couple plays that were posted to social media and his effort maybe. And then there was one play, obviously, where he ran the wrong way on the handoff. But overall, what do you make of Ashton Genty?
Yeah. Well, first of all, he's a rookie. And I don't really care if you're drafted first or, late in the 7th round. So you guys are making a transition to pro football, right? And the NFL is it's a whole nother monster. It's a whole nother league. You got a new team, a new system. So stuff takes time, man. They were very limited with the reps that they were giving their starters especially in the preseason. So the first thing I'd say is, he's a rookie in a new system, in a new league, with a new team, with a new O-line, all those type of things, with a new coach. So I wouldn't expect the Raiders to be, the best team in the NFL right now. Wouldn't necessarily expect Ashton to be the best running back in the NFL right now. Once again, he is a rookie and he's learning, right? And learning how to be a pro and learning a new system. And I don't think the run game is an issue for him at all. He's going to find a rhythm, just like Boise State running backs are going to find a rhythm. He's going to find a camaraderie, a chemistry within that system, just like the O-line is doing. So sometimes it's easy to play defense. You run and you hit people, you line up and you react and you go. Offense, some things take a little time. And when you're a rookie in the NFL, they may take even a longer time. So I think you hit it though, BJ. I mean, the run game and, using them in the pass game a little bit, he had that nice swing route and made a guy miss. Those things are a given, right? He's got that. It really comes down to the pass protection, right? And that's like the biggest thing, whether you're in college or the pros, is protecting the quarterback. So as big time as Ashton is, Geno Smith is big time too. And don't even know who the backup quarterback is, but I can tell you this, the Raiders don't want to see a backup quarterback. So you got to be able to protect them. And if there's hesitation out there, if you're not understanding, blitz pickup and things like that, which takes time, which makes sense that a guy is not where he needs to be or where he is where he needs to be. He's a rookie, right? And he's going to progress, but it's week 2 of the season. I would say that just looking at that last game, he didn't play much on third downs. It's a clear indication about the trust in the pass protection game, right? And if you have a couple mistakes early, you're probably going to lose a little bit of trust from your coaches, and you cannot get the quarterback hurt. Like, you have to protect the quarterback. So, and then the other thing is the NFL, man, it's a passing league. So what are they doing on third downs? As much as we all think, hand the ball to Ashton, he'll go get you those 2 yards. Like, NFL teams are throwing the ball on 1st and 10. It's a passing league these days. So Chip Kelly, whatever the philosophy is, how many times did they run the ball on 3rd and short with Zamir White? Probably like 0. They passed the ball. And if you're passing the ball, I'm putting in my vet that understands blitz pickup and can help protect the quarterback at a higher level than maybe Ashton's at right now. But I got the full confidence in that dude, being a dude in the league and figuring all those things out. So people just need to chill a little bit and understand that, the NFL is a whole nother monster. There's learning and growth phases, and that's exactly where Ashton's at. And that's a great spot to be because you got to get the reps and experience to go out there and do it, man.
Well, you mentioned the third downs. I mean, 3rd and 2, though, they were giving a handoff to the other dude, White, on 3rd and 2. Like, give Ashton the ball on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, they were chucking that thing too, though, BJ.
43 pass attempts. You go get a guy that you draft 6th overall, and then you watch the quarterback throw 43 pass attempts, and you only give him 11. I guess Pete Carroll did say today that it's a process, and they want to get him up to 20 carries. I mean, he just had 19 in the first game, but they're saying they want to get him to 20 here in the near future. But I thought they mismanaged that pretty badly. There's no reason, and I know White's a decent running back, but there's no reason he should play almost as many snaps as Ashton Genty.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing that from the outside that we're looking at, it's like there's a reason, and it's not a discredit to Ashton, but like there is a reason. They're not stupid coaches. They're not. They drafted him for a reason, all those type of things. They see the future, but there is a process and a reason why he's not out there. It's lack of understanding or trust or doesn't have the reps or not in the rhythm yet. And that's fine. It's an okay place to be. He'll be all right. The Raiders will be all right. And I bet you that only increases as time goes. But, dude, this thing takes time. Like I said, they were very limited in the preseason. This kid has not played a bunch of snaps in the NFL. He does not have a bunch of reps in the NFL. The NFL is not an easy game. This is not this stuff ain't easy, man. So it takes time to grow and develop, and he'll get there.
Hey, Jay Tuss mentioned it yesterday on the show, but I think that it's Chip Kelly making him get rid of the stance. Come on.
Hey, man, sometimes you got to earn those type of things, and you let some young rookie come in and do his thing, and then you got a vet that wants to do something. I mean, look at Boise State's running backs. What are they all doing now? I can tell you this, that Coach Montgomery has never implemented his stance as being an Ashton Genty stance in his coaching career, and that opened up a door that now he cannot really go back on it. If it worked for him, it's going to work. No, it's not. That's a whole door that you open up, and you can see that happening at Boise State. And it's like that's something fundamentally that you're not just going to allow a young kid to come in and do something that goes against what you teach on day one and is stance. So let him earn the stripes. A lot of things in the league and in college, when you're productive and you play well, guess what? You get a little bit of a leash, right? So, he's not necessarily there yet. And as a coach, I'd probably treat him the exact same, because you're opening up a whole nother box when you let a guy come in and go against what your fundamental teaching is.
You always come in with reasonable, sensitive, logical takes, Winston, that no one else I don't like hearing that, man. We want you demanding Chip Kelly be fired or something. Come on. But that makes perfect sense.
Oh, man.
Final thing for you, Winston, and we'll get you out of here. Oh, by the way, Uncle Bob's Pizza. Hope folks will join us on Saturday for the Air Force game. 5:00 start time. We'll have the pregame show starting at 3:00. Playing on all the TVs. We'll have other games on. $3 Coors Lights. We'll be passing out koozies and doing raffles for a BNN hat and shirts and the gift cards to Uncle Bob's. So if you're looking for a spot to come watch the game, cheer on the Broncos with other fans and have a good time, have an atmosphere, not just be sitting on your couch, come on out to Uncle Bob's Pizza in Meridian. They'll be doing a halftime show from there. They'll be doing a show from a post-game show from there. So Uncle Bob's Pizza, great pizza. Awesome spot. I see Jeremiah Dickey there like twice a week, it seems like. We love going into Uncle Bob's. Great spot. Check it out. Uncle Bob's Pizza. Uncle Bob's Pizza there in Meridian. And join us for the watch party on Saturday for the Air Force game. Winston, just final thoughts, man. This team, kind of a weird start to the year. You lose down at South Florida. Then you have this buzzkill kind of win comes out of some folk sales. Then you have the big win, but it's an FCS team, so you're not really sure what to think. And then you get the bye week, and it's just you're watching all these other teams play. And now finally they get into a rhythm here where it's conference play, at least this game, but you get into every week now. They finally have a Saturday game. It's been just a weird couple of weeks to start the season here, but obviously it gets going pretty serious here on Saturday with Air Force.
Hey, you don't want to not recognize the first couple of weeks of the season, but it's like maybe you just put some of that past us as fans, as players, as coaches, and it's like we got that bye week and like a new season ahead. So I'm fired up for it. You got me a little fired up talking about Air Force and things like that, just because I know how much this is going to be a battle of a game. I know how much I want to see the defense play well, and super fired up to get to some consistent weekends with Bronco football, man. So I'm super fired up. It's like the fall is just now here, and we get into some conference play. Still got a couple non-cons, but dude, it's on. It's on for Boise State. It's on for college football. There's been some great weekends. I've been enjoying it, man. I got my daughter and my son watching some football with me, so it's been great so far. Fired up to see a little more Bronco football, though.
I'm going to keep the show going for a little bit, Winston, but we'll let you roll, man. Congratulations again, NFLPA agent Winston Venable. If you came on late and missed the beginning of the show, Winston has completed all the certification, passed the test. He is now an official NFLPA agent. And that's just really cool news, Winston. So congratulations to you. And I know you're doing big things with VSG Pro. We'll continue to talk about that moving forward here, but it's always a pleasure on a Wednesday, and always appreciate you jumping on, man. Hope you have a great day and great weekend, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday, man. Hopefully the Broncos are 1-0 in conference play.
Let's go, man. Appreciate you having me on. Wednesdays are always one of my favorite to start the day with you and Bronco Nation, man. So looking forward to the next one, but we'll talk a little bit before that, man. Thanks, BJ.
Appreciate it. There he is. Winston Venable does a great job with us here on Bronco Nation News. Hey, Bousher Real Estate, Matt Bousher and Bousher Real Estate, #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley is Matt Bousher and Bousher Real Estate. BousherRealEstate.com is his website. We bought and sold our home using Matt and his team. Tremendous stuff. Check them out at Bousher Real Estate. And you're going to get someone that's going to fight for you every dollar, every step of the way. I know everybody has 4 or 5 friends that are realtors, but if you want someone that truly is going to fight for you, that's Matt Bousher and Bousher Real Estate. Hey, Ridley's Family Markets, shop Ridley's.com, 13 locations in the state of Idaho. They've got surrounding states, but that McCall location's a great one. Middleton, Cuna, the Treasure Valley locations, Magic Valley locations. Hey, shop Ridley's.com. Check them out. ShopRidleys.com, and we appreciate their support. Download that Skip app. Get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line. Find a location near you at ShopRidleys.com. Hey, transcompservice.com. Get into the trucking industry. Transcompservice.com. If maybe you've never thought of it as a career, but you're looking for a fresh start, you need a job, you can get into the trucking industry, and they can help you with all the DOT, overweight, all the permits and things you need. They're a local company based in the Treasure Valley, helping out folks all over the world. And you can sign up at transcompservice.com. Hey, leave us a voicemail, speakpipe.com/BNN. You can leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on a pregame show, postgame show, upcoming show. Any thoughts you have, and then at the end of the week, we'll pick the best one and give away a gift card to the James or one of our great sponsors. So speakpipe.com/BNN. Leave us a voicemail, and it's brought to you by Signature Roofing, covering our community for more than 2 decades, whether it's a re-roof, a repair, an estimate, or an inspection. Online at mysignatureroofing.com. We hope you guys enjoyed last night. We had 2 shows last night. The debut of the RJ Keene show. RJ Keene had Mike Burns on as his special guest. It was a great show, a lot of great comments and questions, and I hope you get a chance today to go back and watch that on YouTube. RJ Keene, Mike Burns, both those guys are great personalities, and we had a great debut show from the James Kitchen and Bar last night for the RJ Keene show, and that'll be coming twice a month or so moving forward here. But Signature Roofing, the sponsor of that show, go back and watch it on the Bronco Nation News YouTube channel. That's a free show. Everybody can watch it for free, the RJ Keene show, and we appreciate RJ and Mike Burns and some great stories and great talk. So go back and watch that show. And then right after that, we had the Riley and Ridge show. You got a busy day today if you didn't watch the shows last night. Another great show, hour with Mason Randolph, the center, Roger Carrion, the right guard. Both those guys telling some great stories, and just had fun listening to Rid and Riley and those guys talk. And as I said, we had some folks come up and ask some questions and hang out on the patio. It was a fun time. I bought some beer for, that's the deal. You come up to these shows, you watch the show, and you ask a question, and we give you a free beer. And so I gave away some beer and some drinks at the James, and then we gave away some Jackson's trading cards. And one of the winners, I don't have the cards with me right now, but one of the winners that got the cards opened up their pack and had a Mason Randolph card and went up and got it signed by him. So I hope you'll plan to join us every Tuesday for the Riley and Ridge show. We get current players to come hang out, and you get a chance to meet them before or after the show. And like I said, there's great food, great beverages, always a great time on the Riley and Ridge show. And that is at 8 o'clock every Tuesday on Bronco Nation News. And then the RJ Keene show will be kind of mixed in when it works in their schedule, when they don't have games and things moving forward here. But 2 fun shows last night. Another fun show tonight. It'll be Ball Talk. Mike Sanford, Johnny Mallory, they're going to get you set for the Air Force game. Ball Talk is tonight at 8 o'clock, and that is for subscribers at Bronco Nation News. So you have time to jump in now. If you're not a subscriber, you get 30% off. They have a deal going on right now, 30% off. That's a great deal. And you can get an annual membership to BroncoNationNews.com. Both the shows last night are free. You can go watch those on YouTube. But Mike Sanford, his analysis, Johnny Ballgame, you get some really good inside, football talk. And we do put that behind the paywall on most evenings. So tonight is one of those nights. It is behind the paywall, and I will post the link here shortly into the VIP message board. So if you are a paying subscriber of Bronco Nation News, we'll post that in the VIP message boards at Bronco Nation News. You can go in there to get that link, and then you can watch live tonight at 8 o'clock. So we appreciate all of you. We're over 1,000 paid subscribers in total now at BroncoNationNews.com. The all-new BroncoNationNews.com is part of the 24/7 sports family. And all of you that have stepped up, 700 plus of you in the last 2 months, we truly appreciate it. And we want to make sure you get value for your subscription. So Nathan Carroll's gambling column is online also. He went 8-2 in his column last week, and he's posted this week's picks. So if you want to make some money this weekend gambling, subscribe to BroncoNationNews.com, and you can read Nathan Carroll's gambling article every week and find out where you have the advantage and make some plays and win some money. He makes picks, you make money. It's pretty easy. So we appreciate to all of you that have subscribed. And again, as part of your benefit, you get to watch Ball Talk with Sanford and Johnny tonight. There's a private YouTube link that's only for paying subscribers, and you can get that link on the VIP message boards later today. And then the show starts at 8 p.m. tonight on the BNN YouTube channel. So going to get down to Boise State. They got practice going on. We got some interviews. We're talking to Jaden Mickey, the Notre Dame transfer today. I believe Sire Gaines is talking today as well. So we'll get down. We'll get those interviews. We'll get them posted to the BNN YouTube channel. That gives you a little time to go subscribe to BroncoNationNews.com. You click that join the VIP button up there in the right-hand corner. And tomorrow's Thursday, so we'll have Johnny Ball game tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And then Friday, we'll have Mike Prater as we get you set for the Air Force game from the Academy on Friday. So thanks, everybody, for checking us out. I hope you have a great day. And again, make plans to join us on Saturday at Uncle Bob's Pizza in Meridian. Great specials. They got $3 Coors Lights. We're going to have some raffles, some giveaways, all kinds of cool stuff. Great pizza, great atmosphere. They have the arcade, so the kids can go play in the arcade, and you can sit there and watch the game and talk Boise State sports with other Boise State fans. They'll have other games on as well, so it's a great spot. Awesome pizza, and hope you make plans to join the BNN crew on Saturday for the 5 p.m. kickoff at Uncle Bob's Pizza in Meridian. And again, we'll be doing the halftime show and the post-game show live from Uncle Bob's there on Saturday. So have a great rest of your day. Go subscribe, and we will see you at 8 p.m. tonight for Ball Talk. Sanford and Johnny, appreciate all you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and make sure you go subscribe. Bronco Nation News online at BroncoNationNews.com. Take care, everybody.
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.